many unsolicited pieces of advice that my mama often gave to my brother, my sister, and me as we were growing up. That and a hard head makes for a soft behind, and if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and to our special guests, how many of you remember during the 1970s, there was a popular toy called a Weeble? It was a small, chubby, egg-shaped plastic toy, and the advertising jingle declared, "Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down." It was a craze of children and adults alike, as everyone was fascinated by this little chubby toy that wobbled but didn't fall down. Fast forward till today, and there's even a popular line dance named after this toy called the Wobble. Let me show you. It was fascinating to see the throngs of people flock to the dance floor, their hips gyrating from side to side, and their hands waving in the air, imitating this little toy called a Weeble. Now recently, I was coming out of the grocery store and my mind was on all the things that I needed to do, so I didn't hear him. He repeated himself and he said, "Ma'am, do you have some change so that I can get some food?" I looked at him and he appeared to be homeless, haggard with tired blue eyes and the wrinkles of life around him. At first, I was going to tell a little white lie and say that I didn't have any change. But then one of my mom's many warnings came to mind, and she said, "Be careful how you treat strangers, because you may be entertaining an angel unknowingly." So I dug into my purse and handed him a $5 bill, for which he said, "Thank you, ma'am." He went on to tell me that his name was James. And then James asked me the most surprising question. He asked me if I owned a set of keys. He said the thing that he wanted most in life was to own a set of keys to a house or an apartment, a car, even a small key to a locker to place what little belongings that he had. I reached into my pocket and I pulled out my cluster of keys. And I said, "James, these keys don't mean anything. You can have a key to a house, but that not make it a home. And you can have a key to a car, but the road you're traveling is a dead-end street. You can even have a key to a journal, but the pages inside are filled with pain and suffering." I said, "These keys don't solve world peace. They don't bring a solution to homelessness. And they don't solve hatred and suffering. You hold the key, James," I said. "It's here, inside of you. My mama always said, as a man thinketh in his heart, and so he is. You just have to be a Weeble, James." "A what?" he said. feel weeble. W-E-E-B-L-E. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. And if my mama were here, she'd tell you, it's okay to mess up, to fail, to have a few bad breaks in life. But the tragedy lies staying there. He looked at me and said, thank you, ma'am. No one's ever shared hope like that with me before. And as he turned and walked away, I watched him from a distance. And I thought, we have to take more time out of our busy schedules to speak life into another human being, to speak hope into another, to have faith and believe in another, to uplift and encourage one another, to have a little compassion for one another. And then finally, to help each other discover their own set of keys. Mr. Contestant.